Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Fact or Fiction Friday. I'm Brandon.
Hi, I'm Shanae.
I have a donut.
I got coffee.
I like donuts.
I like coffee.
Yep. Can't eat them right now. I'm trying to lose some weight. Getting a little too big for my britches. So, anywho, that's not what we're here for today. So, we're here for another episode of Fact or Fiction Friday. We have a good one. So, all right, this is a story of an antisocial man who built his home in the middle of nowhere until one day a nearby town's outcast showed up to his doorstep looking for a place to stay. The nerve of people. It's like, you know what? Can I stay at your house? Like, who does that?
All right, this man was very big and frightening. Did not have a lot of friends or family, and meeting new people was never fun for him. His big, scary stature made people judge him negatively, so he just prefers to be alone. The place he chose to build his house was far away from everyone, and he enjoyed it that way.
Mm-hmm. One night, after a very talkative man followed him home, he started noticing more movement outside of his house. And when he went to investigate it, he saw a bunch of peculiar people poking around his property. This was terrible, and he asked why they were all there. Since he was in the middle of nowhere, he was wondering, where you come from? Why you bother me? He was told that the king, where they lived, forced them all out of the kingdom, and they did not have anywhere else to go.
Determined to get his peace and quiet back, he asked if anyone would help him get to the town to tell this king that this is not okay. Mm-hmm. The talkative fellow that he met earlier was the only volunteer. So they set out, and this guy was super annoying, but they eventually made it. They arrived at the right or wrong time because the king was holding an audition for someone to make a journey to pick up his future queen. Mm-hmm. The princess had to arrive safe because, well, he wasn't really royal. So he had to marry a real princess very soon if he wanted to continue to be king. He was very small in stature, and he would not do well on the journey, and he could not fight for her if he had to.
As we mentioned at the beginning, our guy is very big and very frightening. And when the king saw him, he knew he would be a perfect guy for the job. So he told him he would go and get her only if he can take all them towns outcasts and gave him back his land. He wanted his house to be back in the middle of nowhere with nobody around. And I don't blame him. It was agreed upon, and the man and the talkative guy who came with him set off on their journey. The journey was long, and the talkative man was still talking, like talkative people do. When they arrived, they noticed the princess was in a huge castle, and that she was very well guarded. They found out quickly why the little man did not come, as he certainly did have to battle to get her out. But they made it, and she was very thankful.
She thought that since he rescued her, he was the person she would marry. But he quickly explained to her that he was on a mission and that she would meet her future husband tomorrow. She exclaimed that she would not be traveling at night and went off to find shelter until morning. This was not what they had planned, but they agreed, and the two men also got some rest.
The next morning, they set out again. This day was a little more fun, but by nightfall, they still had not made it. So again, she had to seek shelter because she did not want to travel at night. This time, the talkative man went inside where she was staying, and he was shocked that she looked completely different than what she did earlier.
It was like she took her makeup off or something.
Man, that wig, the eyelashes, just wiped it all off. Just looking all kind of crazy. Just looking crazy. Like, you're like, oh, pardon me, man.
Who are you?
you should have knocked. Are you decent? She wasn't decent. She told him at night she looks different and she is not beautiful, and only her true love will understand this. Which is, I guess that's true. I mean, love is blind. If he really loved her, you can be like, he'll deal with all that.
Yeah.
They say ugly people make pretty babies, so that's, I guess, if she was, yeah.
And pretty people make pretty babies too.
He was ugly and hideous, and she was too. So I'm sure they had a baby, had pretty babies. Anywho, so he kept her a secret, and the next day she was delivered to her new husband to be.
Yeah, the talkative man told the guy that rescued her that he should have tried to make the moves on her. And he said, no, I heard you guys talking last night, and I heard her say that no one could love someone so ugly. And he felt like that had to be him. But Mr. Talkative reassured him, no, she was not talking about you. You see, she was talking about herself since she was not looking her best. He told him that he deserved to be with her, that he was the one who rescued her, and he deserved to be with her. They had a good time together. And that this wannabe king, this little guy, he didn't deserve her. He said that all he wanted was his land back, and he seemed to have that now. The more he thought, the more he wished he had have confessed his feelings for her. The last few days have been nice, not being all alone and with someone he can laugh with, and who did not judge him like everyone else did. So they set out again to this kingdom to see if they could stop the wedding.
Wedding crashers.
Yeah, wedding crashers. When they arrived, they were just in time. The king thought it was hilarious that this ugly guy thought that he could take his bride. But, guys, she felt the same way. She always dreamed that she would marry the guy that rescued her. And this was absolutely what she wanted. And she showed him her true face. The king called her hideous. And then he was killed by one of the guards from the castle where she was kept. The two, already there at a wedding, decided to go ahead and tie the knot right then and right there. And when he saw her, he didn't think she was hideous. He did not judge her, and she knew that she was going to marry the right guy. All right, guys. We told you guys a story of a guy who just wanted to be alone. His land got swamped with a bunch of outcasts from this town. When he went to confront the guy that did it, he made a bet, or a agreement that he would go get his bride-to-be, bring her, and so he could get his land back. But on the way, he fell in love with the bride, crashed the wedding, and then ended up marrying her himself.
That was a heck of a journey.
Yeah.
You fall in love and everything.
What do you guys think of this story? Do you think this story is fact or fiction? Put up your magnifying glasses if you peeped any clues. Let us know what you thought down below. All right.
So this story is fiction.
Fiction. This is the movie Shrek.
It's like
Shrek.
Yeah. You call me Shrek?
No, you're gonna put it right here, ain't you?
Oh yeah, Shrek. Shrek. Yeah.
I love Shrek. I love Shrek.
Yeah. This isn't like this is almost as bad as Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, I had all the DVDs, but when my daughter was little, she destroyed them.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But
I only seen the first one.
I love Shrek.
I don't remember either.
Shrek was released on April 22nd, 2001, starring Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and John Lithgow. This movie was huge. It had a budget of 60
A
million.
budget.
A budget of 60 million, and it made 487.9 million in the box office.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
60 to 487.9. Mm-hmm. This is the film that put DreamWorks on the map. It is slightly based on a book by William Steig that is also called Shrek with a little exclamation mark. Mm-hmm. The original actor that was cast as the role of Shrek was Chris Farley, and those who are familiar with him know that he passed away before he completed his lines for this film. And Mike Myers came in and he totally redid the character and made him with a Scottish accent. He just did a completely different thing than Chris, because how can you go behind someone, and do the same thing that they did when he just passed away? Mm-hmm. And Mike Myers killed it. He did so good.
I know he was killing it in that movie Halloween too. He was killing everybody.
Not him.
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
Oh.
But yeah, he did an amazing job as Shrek. And we did not mention the little part about him being an ogre. Mm-hmm. A big green ogre is what Shrek was. And the princess was played by the lovely Cameron Diaz. Mm-hmm. She was an ogre at night. So that is kind of the story of why she didn't want to be seen at night, because she was cursed. It's a fairy tale land. We couldn't really say all that stuff for sake of, trying to trick you guys, which we're so good at.
Yeah, so ogre, same difference. Wipe makeup off, turn to ogre, same difference.
For some people it is. Mm-hmm. And so that talkative fellow, that's Donkey, that's Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. So this film has been selected for preservation with the National Film Registry, which just signifies the importance of the work of art. Once you have a film, you can't get selected for that until after 20 years. And it's been 20 years now that Shrek, since it came out. The film is riddled with references. There are so many references in this movie from, other cartoons, other things. But for one really noticeable one was where the princess fights the mighty men. And she does the whole Matrix. So that fighting scene was straight out of the Matrix. Mm-hmm. And then when Lord Farquaad, the little guy, was trying to figure out who his new bride was going to be, and the mirror did that thing, that was the dating game. Mm-hmm. And guys, I could go on. There are so many references in this movie, but I want you guys to watch the movie or look it up for yourself. Mm-hmm. I don't want to tell you all of them because it's very cool. And again, like I said, I love Shrek. And when Brandon was going on talking about they'll make pretty babies. I think it was the second one.
They had a baby?
They had a whole bunch of them.
Really? Yeah,
they had, I think, 4.
Oh, wow.
And they're so cute. But yeah, their babies are so cute. They're little green.
Mm-hmm. Little green monsters.
Yeah. Maybe you could put a picture of their baby right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we thank you guys for coming by. Did you guess it? Did we trick you? Let us know down below. Mm-hmm. Share this video with a friend.
Yep.
And hit that like button.
Yep. Like, share, subscribe.
Hit that bell.
Tell everybody about the BS Station.
BS Station.
Because I'm a donut today, and now we're my shirt.
I'm coffee.
We still out here, so we're gonna keep making the content and keep them coming. So until next time.
We appreciate you guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.